keep going until we figured out what we were going to do with our lives.
Yeah. And I know that we kind of talked about it a little off camera before, I think the last time you guys were in town, but why do you guys still maintain that job?
Why?
Because it's so alien for like other creators, but it's also, it's weird to say it's one of my favorite things about you, because it inherently means that I dislike myself for some reason for being somewhat disconnected from like everyday people. But so I don't know. I was interested.
Well, part of it is maintaining that connection to a sense of normalcy. Like it would be one thing if we were, working in like the food service industry and all of a sudden you're making millions of dollars on YouTube. Like, yeah, you're going to quit your job, right? I get it. But we were in school for 7 years to get to where we got in our careers. And we have careers, like I think I could speak for both of us. Like we both genuinely enjoy what we do at work and see a lot of value in it. Mm-hmm. So it's certainly not for any sort of financial reasons. Yeah. We stay there.
Don't tell our boss.
if anything, we're losing money by staying in that job.
No, I know. That's
just from the lost time, right?
I guess for context though, like I was a lot older than the average big successful YouTuber when I became a successful YouTuber. I was already 26, 27. And by that time I'd already spent 7 years in a career and done 2 degrees. So it was it would be a lot harder for me to be like, never mind my career, because I'd already invested so much time in it. And I also liked it. And I was much older than the average YouTuber. What is like 19 these days when they like find
12.
everything. Of course, and of course they're going to quit their retail job. Like I would too if I was in that position and was 19 and found giant success on YouTube. So it's just a different story as to why like we kept our jobs, because we were a lot older. We'd invested so much time, and bottom line is we like it.
Yeah.
So
is the word's probably too deep for it. Is it almost therapeutic in a way?
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like I keep going to work so I can stay sane, because sometimes this YouTube world is a lot. It's crazy. And I'm not that extroverted of a person in real life. Like I'm kind of low key and don't like that much attention, right? Sure. And somehow I'm here. But when I go to work, like I'm ignored, and it's great. Honestly though, like I put my head down, I type my reports, and not that I'm ignored like in a rude way, but everyone has work to do. And I like that. So there's something normal about that I wish to maintain in my life for now. I have a boss that tells me like, I need this done by Friday. And I'm like, yes, absolutely. Let me do that for you. So I like having a boss and a normal life outside of this life.
I think that just means you're a better human than me.
No, that's no.
No, because I'm.
Nope, just different story.
Okay. Well, I was just going to say I'm at my. So after I sold my company, I technically had different bosses, and I was the worst employee because I had essentially 7 years of I'm like the master of my own world. Yeah. And I was like, who the fuck are you?
I think it's more that it just itches a different part of your brain, right? Like we don't take the YouTube stuff too seriously. Obviously it's big business and big dollars, but it's like, we're like testing edible nail polish on the weekends. We don't think we're saving the world, right? Whereas we'll go into work and like, I think we're actually doing some meaningful work, like research on, the risk factors associated with like opioid overdoses is like a recent project I was on. She was looking at the outcomes of sexual assault cases and why they don't go to court and result in verdicts. Like to actually leave work at the end of the day and feel like that's actually meaningful and, that I think that keeps us there. Right?
Yeah, hearing you guys explain it with that kind of balance, it makes sense. Yeah, it's scratching different itches. So if you get that out of work, what do you get creatively or joy-wise out of YouTube and these videos? And
well, as serious as a person I am when I like to sit down and write reports and run data, I also like to just have fun and relax and laugh. So that's kind of what I do on the weekends. I film my stupid videos on Sunday. We have a good time. I laugh about it, and then I post it the following Saturday, and a bunch of other people laugh. And I just like entertaining and making people laugh. So it started out like as a creative outlet, because I started like nail art. I was an Instagram nail artist. That's kind of how my first thing began. And then it transitioned into YouTube, and I eventually put my face on YouTube. There was 2 years where I didn't have a face. It was just my nails. So I grew into it. It wasn't something that I sought out to do. I didn't seek like, I want to be a big YouTuber. Here's my face. That's not how it happened for me. I just wanted to paint my nails and show people how I did it.
So what made you, I kind of guess, upload those first videos of you just doing nail art then?
So on Instagram, you could at the time post 15-second video clips. So I was just posting this. This is like for fun when I came home from work in between writing my master's thesis chapters. Like I would paint my nails just as a creative outlet because I really just loved
opposites.
it.
I love this.
Come home, paint my nails, post a little Instagram video for fun. I wasn't making any money doing this. I just wanted to. But people asked if they could get longer tutorials because 15 seconds wasn't enough. So I started making 1-minute versions on YouTube. Didn't know you could monetize it for like the first 8 months, I think, that I was on. And this was 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
So you could, at that time, absolutely monetize it. But I just didn't
Took
know.
a while.
Yeah.
It was more utility than anything.
Yeah, I'm like, yes, you requested this tutorial longer. Okay, let me make it for you. Like I was actually just listening to comments on Instagram.
I love that.
But she had like, you're one of those people who needs to be doing something. Like once she was done her MA, like once that thesis was out the door, it's like she would come home and be like, I need a project to sink my teeth into. Like I'm a kind of guy like I'm okay lying on the couch watching Netflix. Like let's just hang out. But with her, like she always needs to be doing something.
I feel like I bounce between one. I don't know where I actually land on that because I have this dream. So I'm taking January off. I have this dream of doing nothing.
But will you?
I know. I think I'm going to go a little bit crazy and start making excuses to come in. I'll be like, oh yeah, we can shoot
Probably gonna come up with
podcasts.
a new show. There'll be like a whole other channel in February.
No, the only way stuff gets created via me is just really chaotic shit. Like even doing the podcast, I was like, we're doing it now, or we're going to do social videos. I'm on vacation. I need to see 3 versions of what this looks like. And then everyone kind of goes a little bit crazy because the rest of the company properly schedules. And then I just throw a big wrench into it.
I think what he's saying is there's going to be a Philip DeFranco TikTok channel in January.
No.
So
I can't wait to see those.
I look through TikTok and I'm like, I'm supposed to be making something for this to get like the next generation of like 13 to 20-year-olds to care about the news, right? Which is like the audience that grew up with me, but I just can't do it. I think
TikTok the news. That would be so cool.
Well, young kids are already doing it. They're like memeing the news,
They
but
are?
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, some of it's like super polarizing, but some people are doing it in like a really interesting way. But I think I've grown up so much with the YouTube algorithm where it's like the longer it goes, I can all of a sudden explain things in more detail, flipping back to, okay, how do you explain something in 30 seconds, which is really an important skill when it comes to the news since it's so hard to consume. But I don't know. I don't know.
No, that makes sense.
So since you're the first duo that we have on,
okay,
the duo, I want to see what kind of things we can see that are similar in your answers and things that are different. And it's not going to be like a quiz on your past because I hate when people fucking do that.
Fight after this?
The
Yes.
newlywed game. Yeah.
No. Oh man, have you ever done anything like that?
No, we haven't. We should.
No, we went on.
Like play that kind of game.
On camera or for fun?
You're like next week's video. I got it. No, Lindsay and I, we went on a cruise and we were able to get on a newlywed game show. We ended up losing to this adorable couple and also learning that, we don't remember things the same. And I was like, okay, but no. All right. So quick questions. I'm going to say the question.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 3 seconds. I'll count down and then you both give an answer. This one is a 1 word.
Okay.
Would you rather be rich or famous?
Rich.
Oh,
Are you supposed to count this down?
it's
Sorry.
fine. No, I love that. Why?
It's not the fame that I care about, but I don't mind being
Sure.
rich. Like, I guess why wouldn't you want to be rich? That doesn't make sense. But I can see a lot of reasons why you don't want to be famous.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
feels like there's more security, opportunity, fame. Although, I don't know.
Some people want to be famous and that's their priority.
If you see someone who's famous without money, though, that's usually a pretty sad thing. Right?
Oh, like Bagel Guy. Poor Bagel Guy. Do you remember him?
Bagel guy. What?
He's a person that existed 4 months ago and then the internet did what it did and everyone forgot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Some racist guy at a
R.I.P.
bagel shop, I think.
I think it was sexist, right?
Did you cover that in the...
It's been a minute. But yes, I did cover it because it was both weird and I don't know how I feel about like the cringy stuff. I'm like, we should talk about it, right? Because he said some messed up shit. If you could,
I'll wait.
oh wow, this is gonna be heavy.
Okay.
Ooh. If you could save the whole world, but you had to kill the person that you're with right now, would you do it?
Which
3.
person? You or Ben?
No, not me. I don't want to make that too easy. 3, 2, 1.
No.
No.
I was waiting. I was like waiting for a cheesy answer of like, they are my world, and I'm like, blah, blah. All right, let's see. We have. Oh, okay. And then we can see if the other person agrees. What do you think? And you're not gonna be able to say this at the same time. What do you think is your biggest weakness? And you can use it as a fault.
Is this
as well.
couples therapy?
Yes, this is. You're like we literally
What
just did a
happened
session
here?
on this.
I'm not good at communicating. Like I'm awful at communicating verbally.
Yeah.
I can write everything down and like give me some time to write an essay and make my point, but I'm not good on the spot, which is why I'd never do interviews. Hello.
I will say I was researching and I was like, I don't know where she's talked to anyone. This is gonna be fun. No, but I got like excited. I got really excited. Okay, so communication
questions.
Yeah.
I don't know. You help me out with this one.
Tell me
What's the worst thing about me?
Weaknesses? Well, there's your weakness.
I can be a little arrogant. I guess that
There you
answers
go.
the question.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
As
I've
far
always
as,
had
like-
that reputation, I think I grew up as a person that always like didn't really have to try in school. I could just do well without trying, and that really doesn't do you
Too smart
any
for your own
favors
good,
long term, right? You don't really learn how to actually work hard because you can just sort of coast on.
And we've talked about this before because I'm the opposite. I actually had to try in school to get good grades. So I developed like a determination and a realization that you got to put in the work because I couldn't just slack off and get good grades like he could because I wasn't as naturally smart. I'm just being honest. Like I had to try. So I think we have very different perspectives on that, but we've kind of ended up in the same
And so
spot.
we're a good complement to each other in that way, though, right? Because you have the work ethic to actually be industrious and get things done, but I can actually contribute some good ideas sometimes.
Wow.
Thanks.
I love that. And then, would you both agree with what you said?
Yeah. I agree with what he said. Is what you're saying. Yes. Yeah, he's a little arrogant. Yeah.
I'm aware of her communication skills lacking sometimes because I pre-edit her videos too. So I'm the one who gets to see like all the bad takes of videos. Like we don't have any outside help with YouTube. Actually,
still
that's
think
probably
that's
something
crazy.
worth saying. There's no editors, there's no agents, there's no managers or anything.